The story begins in 1962. We see a ship in the middle of the sea named Antonia. On that ship, wealthy passengers are dancing in the main hall. Suddenly, a man pulls a lever. As the lever rises, it slices through all the dancing people, cutting them in half. But a little girl named Katie survives because she was short. Seeing everyone die, she screams loudly. After that, no one ever knew exactly what had happened there. The story then shifts to the present day, 40 years later. Here we see a salvage crew led by Captain Shane Murphy. They bring a ship to the shore. As evening falls, everyone starts celebrating together. At that moment, Jack Foreman appears. He introduces himself as a pilot for a weather service and explains that 40 years ago, a ship named Antonia disappeared at sea. As far as he knows, it is somewhere in the Bering Sea, carrying a lot of treasures. If they find it, everyone could become very rich. Greed being human nature, the whole crew agrees to support Jack. The next day, Shane Murphy and his crew set off to find the long-lost Antonia from 1962. When they arrive, they see no ship. Everyone feels disappointed. Suddenly, the ship appears on their radar, the very ship they were searching for. Shane's friend John stays behind on the boat, while Shane and the others board the ship. As soon as they enter, they hear strange sounds. Following the sounds, they see a swing still moving. When they get closer, it stops. Just as someone tries to touch it, a loud, terrifying noise erupts, scaring everyone. They then find a Scrabble game on a table. The letters start changing by themselves, forming the word welcome. A little later, as they move forward, the floor suddenly collapses, and one of them nearly falls down. Marin grabs his partner and pulls him up. While pulling, he looks down and sees a girl standing there. It is the same girl who survived 40 years ago. Astonishingly, she hasn't aged at all. This is her spirit. In the next moment, the girl disappears right before Marin's eyes. Marin is left unsure whether he truly saw her or if it was all imagination. After pulling his partner up, they enter a cabin and find a watch, but it's modern, something that wasn't made in 1962 when the ship was lost. Their captain, Shane, suggests that maybe someone had visited the ship before, and the watch belonged to them. They then take the ship's manual and return to their team. The next morning, they discover a large hole in the ship, causing it to slowly sink. They plan to repair it in 3 days and move the ship safely. Everyone begins working. Meanwhile, Marin goes to the part of the ship with the swimming pool. He is shocked to see bullet marks in the pool. As he inspects the pool, he sees the girl again. In fright, Marin slips and falls into the pool. His head hits the edge, and blood begins to flow. The pool starts absorbing his blood. Looking up, Marin sees the girl standing above, but now Jack is there. Jack pulls him out. As they escape, the pool fills completely with blood. Jack and Marin move forward. Marin opens a door and a torrent of water rushes out. As they step inside, the door closes by itself. They proceed and reach a cabin containing 9 wooden crates. They call the others over. Upon opening the crates, they discover that each contains 28 gold bars. Everyone is stunned by this treasure. They decide to abandon the ship and take the gold with them. They load all the gold onto their boat and are elated, but suddenly the gas nozzle on the boat turns on by itself, spreading gas everywhere. At that moment, Marin sees the girl again running toward him, but suddenly someone pushes her aside. Meanwhile, one of Marin's companions starts the boat engine. In an instant, the boat explodes, killing his companion. Marin is completely bewildered, still trying to understand who is this girl he keeps seeing. Marin searches the ship's records for the passengers' names. There, he learns that the girl he keeps seeing is named Katie. Marin reaches Katie's cabin and finds her skeleton. Then he realizes that the figure he has been seeing all this time is actually Katie's spirit. The scene
scene then shifts to Shane, sitting in the captain's cabin. Suddenly, the captain's ghost appears. He pours Shane a glass of wine and hands him a photo. The photo shows a ship named Laurel. The captain explains that many years ago, in 1962, they had salvaged this ship. Inside were gold bars, which they took to their own ship, Antonia. But soon after, their ship disappeared. The captain's ghost then shows Shane another photo. Shane pales completely upon seeing it. Meanwhile, Marin is sitting with Katie's spirit. Katie tells him that many souls are trapped on this ship. Whoever is orchestrating all this requires many souls. Only when his work is finished will the spirits be freed and return to their own world. Elsewhere, another crew member enters the hall where the party had taken place years ago. Suddenly, the surroundings transform to 40 years in the past. The singer is there again, performing for the dancers. Her spirit traps him and kills him, marking the second death among the crew. At the same time, 2 other crew members are enjoying a lavish meal. They relish the food, but in the next moment they realize it is not food but worms. They immediately start vomiting. Shane Murphy learns many truths and decides to escape the ship as quickly as possible. He searches for Marin, but suddenly the companion who died in the explosion appears, now a ghost. Marin arrives at that moment. Mistaking Marin for a ghost, Shane attacks him. Marin manages to save himself by injuring Shane's leg. Just as Shane is about to kill him, Jack intervenes and knocks Shane unconscious. Jack is revealed to be the one who brought everyone to the ship. Since Shane attacked, the crew locks him up in the aquarium. Soon, 2 more crew members arrive. They want to repair the ship as quickly as possible and leave, because there is no other way. Meanwhile, Marin searches for a companion and once again comes face to face with Katie's spirit. She tells him that the person he is looking for is already dead. It was the same man who had entered the party hall. Katie's spirit then shows Marin the entire scene. How, back in 1962, everyone on the ship was killed. Each person was murdered in a different way, including Katie herself. Actually, on that day, the gang that came to loot the gold was already on the ship. The singer seduced one of the gang members and trapped him. The man ended up killing his own companions. Finally, the singer killed him as well. The singer thought that now all the gold would be hers, since no one else was left on the ship. But suddenly, the real mastermind appeared, the one behind all the gold. He looked at a hook which killed the singer instantly. Katie then shows Marin the face of the mastermind. Marin is horrified. The man is none other than Jack, the same person who had brought everyone here to search for the gold. Marin realizes that his companion, Shane Murphy, was completely innocent. He rushes to save Shane, only to find that Shane has already died in the aquarium. The photo the captain had given Marin actually shows Jack. Marin sees the photo floating in the water. Jack is no ordinary human. He is a ghost, collecting souls, possibly working for the devil, intending to gather as many souls as possible. Marin tells his other companion, "Watch Jack carefully. I'm going to search for the other crew member who is under the water." Marin goes, but finds that this companion has also been killed by Jack. Meanwhile, Jack reaches the place where Marin had instructed his companion to keep watch. An argument breaks out, and Marin's companion shoots at him, thinking Jack is gone, and leaves. Marin decides to destroy the entire ship by setting explosives everywhere. Just then, the companion who had shot Jack returns and warns him not to blow up the ship, but Marin ignores the warning. He says, "Many souls are trapped on this ship. If the ship survives, new people will keep coming and dying. The only way to imprison them is through the gold." Then his companion reveals his true form, Jack himself, the one who had killed him. Jack tells Marin, "Your work and mine are the same. Just as you salvage ships from the sea, I collect souls. I was once human, but committed many sins. Then I was tasked with collecting souls. That's why I need a ship. I do not want you to blow up this ship." But Marin ignores him. Jack attacks. Marin shoots an arrow at Jack's leg, then uses a remote-controlled arrow to leap from the ship. In an instant, a massive explosion destroys the ship. Marin is trapped underwater, but then the spirit of the little girl appears, guiding him to the surface. Marin struggles, but finally reaches the top, witnessing all the trapped souls being freed, returning to the spirit world. Among them, is Katie. All the souls on the ship had been Jack's servants. He had killed them and imprisoned them with a seal. Only Katie's spirit had never been his servant because she was pure. That is why Katie's spirit kept helping Marin. With her help, Marin frees all the trapped souls. Marin floats on a piece of wood and is rescued by a ship the next morning. As he's brought to the harbor, he sees from the ambulance Jack is still alive. He is transferring the gold to another ship, planning to lure new people with the greed for gold so he can collect their souls. Seeing this, Marin screams in terror, and with that, the story ends. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in our next amazing video.